The Biden administration announcing final Medicare Advantage rates will remain unchanged in 2025, ultimately disappointing insurers who were hoping for a boost. But what does this mean for Medicare enrollees? Yahoo Finance's Anjalee Khemlani has the details. We teased this conversation, and it's a big deal for a lot of people who are retired and also even those who are still in the workforce, just trying to manage some of the moderating costs of healthcare.
That's right. So what it really means for these enrollees is that it could, down the line, especially for next year, impact what the benefits are in those Medicare Advantage plans. Now, Medicare Advantage has become a highly competitive area for insurers, so whether or not they pull back or adjust some of the benefits is what we will wait to watch. But as of right now, these are future rates, so it stays unchanged for right now. And the reason why insurers are upset is because they've really enjoyed sort of a nice little margin from the rates that the government sets and gives back. So what are these Medicare rates? The Medicare rates are the reimbursements that CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, gives these private insurers in order to cover their enrollees. And unlike regular Medicare, which is a fee-for-service payment, Medicare Advantage does some version of value-based, which is basically an entirely set price per member. It's roughly around $1,000 every year, and it oscillates a little bit. And we've seen some pretty high jumps as more benefits get added to these plans, as the rates, the costs that these insurers claim goes up because of those added benefits. You can see in the last several years alone, for 2023, for example, an 8.5% jump in rates, one of the highest, because of how robust these plans are. More than 50% of Medicare eligible individuals in the country are on a Medicare Advantage plan because of how awesome those benefits packages are. So that's sort of where we stand on this whole situation and why it's a point of concern right now for the insurers looking at how to maintain those margins that they have.
You mentioned the insurers. Why did the administration then take this action despite insurers saying that they, on their side, need higher reimbursements?
Well, that's exactly why, because they've been enjoying this really good margin. If you look at the costs over the years, there have been studies, even the government itself has done studies looking at what the actual payout is versus what the insurers are getting. So if you think about the ACA, for example, which set that insurers have to pay out at least 80% of premiums that they take in. Similarly, these insurers aren't necessarily having to pay out as much. It's been quite profitable for them in some areas. If you take a look at sort of the larger insurers, United Health and Humana being the two market leaders in this space with a majority of the market, they are the ones who will see those increased cost trends because they have so many more members in terms of volume. And you've seen smaller players, the independents like Clover and the like, saying that they saw what CMS saw, which is not much of a rise in utilization and rates in Q4 of last year. And so that is where CMS is saying, hold on a second, we need to pull back. We've been, giving you a lot of money to do a lot of stuff, sure, and we'll see if you can survive off of this, because there were a few years ago where, the government was looking at why everyone was suddenly jumping into Medicare Advantage. It was such a fun area to get in, and why? Because the rates were so good.
Yeah.
Good times are rolling.